Men and misogyny and patriarchy made jokes that women are bad drivers. Then feminists came and started defending that no women are good drivers. Did anyone ever stop to even think of the root of this? Because a lot of now what I see of feminism is just women proving that no, whatever you say, we are not this. And a lot of misogyny has always been this and still is no, we know what we are saying and you are this. So let me give you a little story which might change your perception of this. My mother has always been driving scooty ever since I was a kid. And she also has had a few really big accidents. And as long as I know, she has been an anxious driver, because she's very self aware of, I don't want to get hurt, I don't want to hurt anyone else. So when she's driving, this is the fear, the instinct that is dominating and leading her. That I need to drive safely, I don't want to hurt myself, I don't want to hurt the scooty, kharcha nahi aana chahiye. I don't want to hurt anyone else on the road, and all that. When I learned to drive scooty, I think in 10th standard, in my early years, I used to be very anxious driver too. The same instincts with fear because my first experience of learning to drive the scooty, I hit it. My father was with me, and the scooty got some scratch, and it was like I got very scared of maybe I did something wrong. So my instinct was also driven by fear that I don't want to hurt scooty, I don't want to hurt myself, and I don't want to hurt anyone else on the road. And this I understood clearly when a few years back I was learning to drive car. The car instructor was there. Me and my younger brother, we both were learning together. My younger brother is a very carefree person, like nothing will happen, nothing wrong will happen. And so he learned how to drive a car like this. In a month, he became a pro. He didn't even care anything. And I, on the other hand, was so much like I don't want to drive in the middle of the road. I want to follow the rules. I want to take care of this, and I want to check the rear view, and I want to check this. That honestly, I was so fear driven that I don't want the car to get scratched and everything. All that guilt, what if कहीं accident हो गया, इतना खर्चा आ जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा. I was so fear driven that I actually couldn't really learn, and that I couldn't practice much. So that's the main reason I didn't learn. But I was so fear driven, and back then I didn't used to understand anything what's anxiety and what is being fear driven. But now that I do, now that I've connected the dots, when people, especially Indian people, make fun of women don't know how to drive, women drive like this. I remember in school some of classmates of mine, the kind of bullies, they always used to laugh at you at anything and everything. They used to make fun of my driving. I still remember it so clearly. But point being, it was never about gender. It was about the anxiousness, the fear, the guilt women carry, of being blamed and of doing something wrong or hurting someone or being a burden on family, even financially, if you scratch the car or scooty. And in general, especially Indian women are very guilt and fear driven. Like, if we have to examine a female nervous system, an Indian female nervous system, the three main key components are guilt, fear, and shame, right? And these three dominate every instinct of ours. That's how we lead our life until we choose to heal. So, instead of fighting no women are not bad drivers, or instead of men just shaming and commenting and making fun of women because supposedly they are very good drivers and they never get into accidents and all that. Misogyny and patriarchal beliefs, men never see their mistake, but they love to make fun of women and they love to generalize women and stereotype women and laugh at women. That's their favorite hobby. So when you understand this, you have to understand that you don't have to defend yourself. The one thing I don't agree with most of the today's feminists, Indian feminists, is they start defending everything and proving why this is not right. And most of their points are right, but not all of them are right because some are just defending themselves. When you understand the reasons behind it, you don't have to defend yourself, right? I see where Indian women come from, and I don't care if anyone calls them bad driver. My point is, can we do anything about it to make women less anxious? Like, healing is, of course, my first answer because I have become a less anxious person, less fearful, less guilt driven, less shame driven because of healing. So that's my answer. But what can we do about it?